Welcome back. You're watching I Want Sri Lanka. Thank you for staying tuned. Prasanna, now let's talk about the fashion magazines. Now we have many types of gossip magazines, social magazines, and things like that. And since of late, we are hearing of some fashion magazines coming to taking place, and you get a couple, if I'm not mistaken. So, what exactly now to take the fashion industry for people to know what to wear, what time to wear, what colors we need to wear? You know, this is something that could be educated by a fashion magazine itself. Now, having said that, the existing fashion magazines, what are they doing? Why should someone purchase a fashion magazine from the current context, Prasanna? Why should someone do that?
Yeah, if you take in Sri Lankan perspective, so far we didn't add any particular magazine only focusing for fashion. But recently there are two magazines being launched. One is called Models Magazine, and then another magazine called Avant-Garde.
Okay.
So these two magazines being totally, being dedicated for fashion. But still we have other magazines, the social magazines, teen magazines, where it's not fully fashion oriented, but there are segments which we cover for fashion. So if you take fashion magazines, the basic idea is to show the designers' collections, to inspire people to buy them and to feature the new models and what is happening in the industry, what will suit you, the fashion tips, maybe hair, makeup, how you can do your own fashion, attire. Because fashion is all about, it's up to you, where you can wear a jeans and a t-shirt and you just a shirt and if you put a shawl, it's something new, where it's not that you wear something similar, say just a blue in color shirt and a black trouser and a shoe. It's not, not necessarily to be a fashion thing. So fashion magazines, that's how it shows. Now I've recently started a column in Models Magazine where I'll be featuring a designer. So it's all about what is he inspired by, how about his collections, and then featuring a model as well. And then the model will portray the designer's collections with the pictures.
Okay.
So people know the designer not only talk, but this is how his designs are all about. So these magazines, they uplift the fashion industry. So that is the main objective of these magazines.
Prasanna, there was once a friend of mine who is the Lebanese. When I happened to meet him once, I took a couple of shirts along with me, and the moment he saw the shirts, the first thing that he did was he went to a department store and he bought the matching sneakers. If it's the color for this, but in Sri Lanka, okay, to a certain extent, okay, the shirt and the trousers, okay, but no one cares much about the rest of the costume jewelry or the shoes or the high heels that you wear. Why is that? Why aren't people in Sri Lanka so concerned on the nitty-gritties of having a full dress?
Well, not really.
Okay.
Not really. Because
Well, at least the guys.
well, not really, because the people who are like so conscious about their personality, how they dress, how they walk, how they speak, they just go for little magnitude things to see what kind of jewels they wear. Even guys, the shoe, the matching tie, the sock. So, but not everyone, go behind that, or everyone gives, pay attention for these kind of designs. But when you being a social animal, when you mingle with the others, rest of the community, I think it's necessary that you.
So, are you
dress
saying
to
that
the
it's
mark.
only that the social animal should wear that, or isn't it better for everyone to look nice and
True.
it's high time that you concentrate on becoming that full package?
That is true, but with all now it doesn't. Yeah, that I really understand what you're saying. But the thing is, with the conditions and with the economic situation and things, so we can't expect that everyone.
Okay, well, it's I think with all due respect, in our own little ways, let's.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is really possible.
Prasanna, the next question is now, even the fashion magazines which are available, which the names that you mentioned, are we targeting the right audience, or is it only for the people who can talk or understand the language. Have you approached the masses when it comes to fashion industry in Sri Lanka?
Yeah, that's a good question. So far those magazines are in, the language in English, but it doesn't, stop anyone, buying and looking, because although you can't read, but things you can see, because we show, even in my magazine, I write for Chocolate, we have a section for the people to show what are the available accessories, matching clothes, matching bags in different stores that you have. So even a person who can't read but still can buy and see, of course they can see, and with the prices itself. So we'll show, okay, this trouser, this shirt, okay, this shoe available at this place, and like that for guys and girls as well. So I don't think that'll be a problem. But now there are single-use magazines coming in, which they are catering to this market as well, but we are slowly catching up.
Do you agree with me, Prasanna, if now for especially the local media, say the visual side of it, the Sri Lankan channels, they have a lot of morning programs, but the only focus is more onto bridal dressing. Well, once I remember there was a program which was telecast on one of the channels, which shouldn't you think that people like you and people in the trade should get together and have a segment for the fashion, the talent in Sri Lanka, the models, the designers as well? Don't you think this doing something like that will have an impact in the future of fashion industry?
Exactly. So that is, up to y'all, the media. Should, we are always ready. We are always ready. The designers, they are willing to come. But the thing is, I seriously don't understand why the Sri Lankan media doesn't, help us in that way to show art, the designers' collections and, models, because the designers would love to come and show and to talk about fashion, the tips. But I think few channels, they're still doing it here and there, but not a continuing process. So, y'all should start something.
Thank you very much, Prasanna. We'll seriously take that into consideration. Prasanna, what any events which are happening in the near future? Any ramps opening up, catwalks?
Yeah, today there's an event for the a unique thing called Elegance. A fashion show is happening today. Where normally out of the other fashion shows where you just walk on the ramp. Today the fashion show, after the fashion show, the designers are planning to sell their labels. So which is something really good, and we are looking forward to. And we are planning on Mr. Brian Kirkoven is one of the famous designers.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he's the franchise director of Mr. International and the International Best Male and Female Model World. So we are looking forward to have 3 pageants in Sri Lanka. That is the Mr. Sri Lanka for Mr. World, Mr. International, which is going to be held in Indonesia, and the Best Male and Female Model of the Year for the International Best Male and Female Model of the World, which is going to be held in Spain. So we have started with our preliminary work with that. So, and Miss Sri Lanka is gonna happen next Tuesday. And some fashion shows are coming up.
Great. Prasanna, my final question, for you mentioned earlier on, right at the start, the stigma with this industry, the design industry as well as the models. What is your final what do you have to say for all our viewers who are very potential good-looking models, males, females, both? What's your message to them? How can they develop? How can they sell themselves as a brand in the up-and-coming fashion industry in Sri Lanka?
This is a lovely, fantastic industry work. It's all fun, and you network, a lot of connections. But the thing is, anyone who's aspiring to be a model, I think they should have a proper training. So now these days we have few training schools, and so if there's anyone wanted to become a model, they shouldn't just want to walk on one ramp or just pause for a TV commercial. Not that. It's all about your attitude, your personality, how you're portraying a designer's collection. So it's better if you're going to start, you professionally get yourself trained.
Right. Prasanna, thank you very much. With that, we have to come to the end of the show. It was great talking to you. There was a lot of information as to how the fashion industry is going to perform in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much for taking your time off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to the end of yet another Aibon Sri Lanka. Hope to see you again very soon. Until then, take care. Until we meet again, goodbye.